Juan was born and raised in the heart of Manila, in one of the city's busiest and most crowded neighborhoods. His family lived in a tiny shanty house made of wood scraps and tin roofing, where the sound of jeepneys, tricycles, and street vendors echoed day and night. Life was never easy for him. His father had left years ago, and his mother worked tirelessly washing clothes for neighbors just to bring food to the table. At only 14, Juan carried responsibilities no child should have to bear. Every morning before school, he walked barefoot through the streets, selling sampaguita garlands to earn a few coins. Some days, he polished shoes outside churches, other days, he helped his mother carry heavy buckets of laundry. Yet, even in hardship, Juan's heart was full of music. An old, second-hand guitar, strings rusty and body cracked, was his only treasure. Whenever he strummed its chords, it felt like his struggles melted away. Neighbors often gathered when Juan sang. His voice, raw yet full of emotion, carried both pain and hope. The songs he sang weren't just melodies, they were his diary, expressing the silent prayers he whispered at night. But Juan carried a bigger dream. He would often stare at the small TV in a neighbor's shop, watching shows like America's Got Talent, and whisper, "One day, that will be me." His friends laughed at the idea. How could a poor boy from Manila ever make it to America? Yet Juan never gave up. Deep down, he believed that if he worked hard enough, someday, somehow, the world would hear his voice. When Juan finally stepped onto the grand stage of America's Got Talent, the world seemed to stop. Wearing a simple white shirt and scuffed shoes, he looked nothing like the glamorous contestants before him. The judges, Simon Cowell, Sofia Vergara, Howie Mandel, and Heidi Klum, watched curiously. Simon leaned forward and asked gently, "What's your name? Where are you from?" Juan clutched the microphone tightly and replied nervously, "My name is Juan. I am from Manila, Philippines. I come from a poor family, but I want to sing to inspire children like me, that we can dream big." The audience immediately applauded his courage. The music began, and Juan closed his eyes. His first note was soft, trembling, but soon it grew into something powerful, something magical. His voice filled the arena, weaving through every corner, carrying the weight of his struggles and the hope of his future. The crowd went silent, mesmerized. Some were in tears. Judges leaned forward, completely drawn into his performance. By the final verse, Juan poured his soul into the song, his voice breaking with emotion yet soaring with power. When the last note faded, the entire audience erupted in a standing ovation. Even Heidi wiped her tears, while Sophia clapped with joy. Simon, usually so hard to impress, had a rare smile on his face. Then, without hesitation, Simon pressed the golden buzzer. The hall exploded with cheers as golden confetti rained down on Juan. He dropped to his knees, overwhelmed, covering his face with his hands. For the first time, the boy from Manila wasn't invisible, he was a star. Simon stood and said, "Juan, you have something truly special. You're not just singing, you're telling the world your story." As the confetti showered him, Juan could barely breathe through his tears. The audience chanted his name, Juan. 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 He looked around in disbelief. This was the very dream he used to whisper about while walking Manila's dusty streets. And now, it was real. Simon walked onto the stage, placed a reassuring hand on Juan's shoulder, and told him, "This moment will change your life forever. You are a star." The other judges joined in with warm words, but it was Simon's recognition that struck the deepest. To Juan, it wasn't just a compliment, it was proof that his struggles had meaning, that his voice truly mattered. Backstage, Juan's mother was waiting. The moment she saw him, she ran into his arms, both of them sobbing. She whispered, "Anak, you did it. All your sacrifices, all our prayers, it's all worth it." For years, they had gone hungry, struggled to pay rent, and endured judgment from others. Now, the world was celebrating the same boy who once sold sampaguita just to buy rice. News of Juan's golden buzzer quickly spread across the internet. Social media platforms buzzed with clips of his performance, with comments like, "This boy gave me goosebumps," and, "The next big star has been found." In Manila, neighbors crowded around televisions, cheering for their very own Juan. That night, as Juan lay in bed, he whispered the same words he always did, "One day, I will sing for the world." But this time, it wasn't just a dream, it was the beginning of his reality.